everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas. Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? I'd rather not.
I'm into it.
Can't say I mind either. If it weren't for all the cheating, I'd say she's pretty cute.
Can we flirt by fighting her, though? The look. The look. We've all used it.
Yeah, do you not know about the look?
The look, eh? So we're getting serious about this.
You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned, this is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we
Salut.
can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Ouais, l'ambiance est bizarre, faut pas faire attention.
Oh, I like her. I like her a lot.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks.
Ouais, c'est l'idée. C'est un peu
Princess
dégueulasse.
closes the distance between you, blades flashing. She skewers you. Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters
Oh, putain.
is that she likes us. She's even said as much. Oh, a new one of us.
Tous les persos merveilleux.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Jeu de fou.
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
C'est la première fois que j'ai droit à une 4ème vie, d'habitude ça
Okay.
s'arrête à 3.
Whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
We don't need any other voices chattering about it.
Finalement, à chaque fois qu'on crée
Just
une nouvelle voix.
confuse us. All we need is to keep
Toutes plus exceptionnelles que
fighting.
celle-là.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
Ah, ah. Ah, yes. mauvais choix, il semblerait. C'est dommage.
What's the point? It's all the same.
Ah oui, c'est Broken. Nice, à nouveau, je l'ai pas encore vu celui-là.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Just panic. Flee. Skewers you.
Toutes les voix.
No,
Incroyable.
you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way.
Ah oui, c'est cold.
So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah, that was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. And then everything
Narrateur
goes
qui peut
dark,
péter un câble.
and you die.
Oh, chapitre 4. Ouh, c'est la première fois que j'ai un chapitre 4.
Oh, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here. Everything feels
D'habitude,
like
ça s'arrête au
it
3.
fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Oh, what if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. And I can't say I mind anymore. Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. Not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you gonna say what she does? Oh, do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
All right,
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Et oui, nous sommes nombreux, nous sommes légion.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Bon, bizarre un peu l'ambiance quand même.
You're incredible.
En tout cas, ouais, j'aime bien la nouvelle version du T1000. C'est très sympa, c'est très lamé, je suppose. Petit achievement. Ah. Nice. Fin du 5e cycle. Eh ben super. Je suis encore back.
I think you know what I am.
Oh putain. Le narrateur, petit bâtard.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But
Des
you were
infos
never
sur le narrateur,
supposed to
enfin.
see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Je vois.
Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that. Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Il peut plus rester beaucoup de questions là.
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial.
Le
I'm
narrateur est
sure
au courant de
many of
tout
them
depuis
were
le début.
convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Mais yes. Lol.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Plus que 4.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering. You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
La mort de l'auteur.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
Oh.
I can finally see
Bonsoir.
you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
L'effet de parallaxe, là. Bizarre avec le truc en fond.
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Bon, évidemment que je vais libérer. Oula.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Ouais, ça se tient.
Violence and passion are dances that
Oula.
both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
Ok.
On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, alive,
Je
dead,
pose une question, moi, c'est
and
tout.
all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me. But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we
Un peu, hein.
and do not color
Franchement, la royauté.
with fear.
Ça se sent plus pissé, hein, vraiment. Tout de suite, dès que c'est un peu omnipotent, hein. Franchement. Beaucoup d'exagération, je trouve. Bon, du coup, est-ce que je vais revoir toutes les versions de la princesse que j'ai apportées jusqu'ici? Possible. Il doit y en avoir 5 versions différentes, I guess. Eh bah putain. J'en arrivé à la version, je crois que c'est la deuxième run où j'ai essayé de faire une run où je la maintiens en vie et où on sort ensemble et tout, l'amour, tout ça, tout ça. Je crois que c'est la deuxième version. Ça doit être le fantôme.
Shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. But you do not follow my path. Hands clasped together, you break yourself, and you break me with you. You were willing to
La musique, hein, par contre,
everything
incroyable.
that was you to end me again.
Franchement, voilà, un peu de pouvoir et puis, hein, bon. Bah, qui a fait tout ça hein.
Their suffering is born of their own delusion. Your lover placed a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing
Je crois que ce qui se passe, c'est que je la rejette jusqu'au bout. Mais j'ai pas non plus envie de la buter, donc je sais pas s'il y a moyen de... Normalement, la toute dernière version, donc la toute première que j'ai butée, ça doit être le dragon. Peut-être. La dragon momie.
I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings.
Je ne tiltais que dans ces écrans-là, on est dans le pays de la princesse.
You run, but you do not run away. You take me somewhere
C'est
new,
le lac du serpent.
somewhere we can dance like we used to. But I could not follow your steps. There was no better gift for me than the gift of defeat. You showed me how much more I could be. We made each other better. To have no challenges to fade into nothing. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
Ah, c'est beau, putain. Doupe. Oh putain.
There has never been finality. There is only the unending transformation of mind multitudes. But to destroy me is to bring everything to a stop. It is only then that you will have an ending. And that ending is nothingness.
Bon, rien, c'est pas si mal. Hein.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center.
Si, centre
Open
il est
your
là, à peu près.
eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Pas faux. Ok. Ok, on peut slayer la princesse de 3 façons différentes. Oh, la version du je ne fais rien, pas mal non plus. Oh, allez,
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
oui, oui. Ok,
Whatever
BFM.
you're trying to do right now,
Hein?
you don't have to do it alone.
Il est encore là, lui. Ils sont de retour, les autres, là.
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place.
Trop bien,
Part of
les
me
voix.
is with them, just like part of me is with you. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Oh.
It's time to resume our dance.
Est-ce qu'on va retourner in the woods?
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? And let's go.
Ah ouais, là, il y a plus rien, il y a plus de budget, là. C'est finito.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
C'est vrai qu'il n'y a plus de narrateur.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah.
Allez,
Of
à
course.
l'ancienne.
The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still
Je pense
out
que je vais
there,
pas récupérer la lame.
jumbled up in the rest of her.
Faut essayer de sauver tout le monde. Parce que c'est quand même mieux si tout le monde dit s'aime. Quand même. C'est très peu probable, mais j'y crois.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Allez,
No
faisons
blade
la
it
lame.
is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Pas faux. Même si c'était pas toujours la meilleure solution.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
On va le trouver ce centre.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Ah,
And there you are. Hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I
ah,
wonder what else will be different.
faut recréer le
there's no
deuxième.
room
Ça
for
fait...
us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Alors,
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just
Oui.
another label, and I don't think labels have
Ah.
ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit,
jusqu'à maintenant, elle avait toujours
just
une
like this cabin.
chaîne. La main droite.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back. I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Ça se tient. Ah,
I never had one. And do not call me the shifting mound. It's too much.
ça se tient. Ouais, je me souviens, on va
But
choisir un nom.
I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
Question de con, ça.
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Bon, on peut essayer, hein.
I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
Il y a rien qui explose cette fois-ci, c'est bon. Ah ben puis il est pas donc abandonné, il est avec tous les autres bros. Je ne fais que lui permettre de retrouver les bros. C'est eux qui m'ont abandonné.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
On l'ouvre juste, hein, on va pas s'emmerder. Cette main est dégueulasse par contre. C'est bien ce que je me disais, il y a qu'un seul doubleur pour toutes les voix dans la tête. Putain, c'était la même voix pour le narrateur aussi du coup. Stylé. Ouais, bah putain, c'est ouf. Par contre, comment ça, il y a une good ending et c'est pas celle-là? Autour d'une minute. Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count. Ah, parce que si on essaye de la romance dès le tout premier loop, avant les loops, si on essaye de la romance dès le début peut-être. Ouais, moyen. Parce que si j'appuie sur le truc, je sauve des... Ok, sauve internet. Non mais faut que j'essaye. Faut que j'essaye de voir ce qui se passe si on essaye de romance dès la première loop. Juste essayer une fois. Ah si c'est bon, je peux quand même skip ça parce que j'ai déjà fait. Je continue jusqu'à la cabine. Ah, peut-être, hein, peut-être. Ah, je réessayerai, j'ai une save pas longtemps avant.
Good.
Okay.
c'est des trucs que j'ai déjà fait, c'est pour ça que je fais esquive. Ah, pas celui-là.
Don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw her the key without there being some sort of an explanation.
Faire.
Right?
Faire.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Ou alors, parmi toutes les fins qui existent, il y en a une qui est bonne. C'est une série d'actions que je n'ai pas encore essayé.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right? The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Ah, ça se tient.
It's not like you'd believe me.
M'en fous.
Only making this more difficult.
Est-ce que le narrateur va quand même intervenir?
Thank you.
Ah, ça j'ai déjà fait. Oh non. Ah non, ça va se finir comme la dernière fois, je sens.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
Oh, je sens mal.
Make your way out.
Ah bah oui, un connard.
You make your way to the bottom.
Ouais, non, ça va pas. Non, non, ça va pas aider. Hein. Ouais, ça va pas. Ouais, bizarre l'ambiance.
No.
C'est pas le goût des
The
endings, ça.
blade.
Définitivement pas. je veux pas m'avancer, mais je pense que c'est pas la good ending. Ça j'ai déjà fait. Avec le voice of the Smithon. Ah, excuse la princesse.
What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending
Ah tiens, j'ai pas
monstrosity?
essayé la dernière fois. Ouais, salut.
If you wanted to unleash her
Putain,
onto
c'est
the
con, t'as
world,
raté des trucs.
despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those
Je regarde
traps.
cette monstruosité
Good
là.
luck with that.
Franchement. Parce que c'est pas monstrueux? Ignoble
Can't you
même.
see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Et si on la tue jamais, aucune des 5 fois?
Empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her.
Il y a un truc spécial sur la butte jamais.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take her...
Ça j'ai déjà eu ça. Ouais, ça va skip, hein, là j'essaye de... Voilà.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, le fameux... Oh non, la porte est fermée, que vais-je faire? Ouvrir la porte.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door. And... The lock clicks.
Voilà,
And the door creaks.
j'adore.
I'm
Non.
enjoying this.
Et voilà, à la fin, super, génial, j'adore. Bah ouais, le miroir, je sais.
She's gone.
Je connais.
I'm begging you.
Oui, ta gueule. Oh non. Mais oui, je sais. Tac. Ouais, super. Boucle 2. Donc. Si j'y retourne et que j'essaie de faire pareil, le jeu devrait m'en empêcher, mais... On peut toujours voir. Tiens, si je prends la dague.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Oh là là, un peu trop...
You walk down the stairs and lock
Si,
eyes
c'est bon.
with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Ah non, ça se tient.
The
Moi, j'avoue.
blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Ouais.
Don't you dare.
On peut le lancer par la fenêtre.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Détail.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious...
Pas encore essayé, ça, cette fin-là. Hein.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Je sens qu'elle va me buter, je sais pas pourquoi.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine.
J'ai un mauvais pressentiment.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Oh. Est-ce que c'est vraiment si awkward? Bouger.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Ah, ça se tient.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
Bien dit.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Too long.
Elle est quand même un peu moins joviale que celle d'avant.
You can't trust her. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter
Eh
how
ben,
hard
putain.
you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Le sexe.
You know
Huh?
why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Attends que je suis
Walk
plein
up
le
to the
cul.
chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Les
If you
DM de
don't
les campagnes de
have the
RPG
key,
be like.
maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Non, ça se tient.
that would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Ça c'est une femme, une vraie ça.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out.
La
Anything
liste.
to finally be
Droite.
free.
Qui dit ce qu'elle pense, qui pense ce qu'elle dit.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
L'enfoiré. Maître Enfoiros.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Ah, c'est...
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Connard de narrateur.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way
merde.
back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Bah, j'ouvre la porte avec la dague, on va tirer les clés en haut.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Peut-être en vrai, hein. Peut-être que la good ending c'est juste faire ce qu'il faut dès le premier coup.
The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it.
Mais je sais pas si c'est possible de l'insta-kill. C'est là ce que j'ai essayé de faire la première fois. De juste lui courir dessus, mais ça n'a pas marché. Peut-être que je me suis mal pris.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Je serai après.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Je sens que je vais pas pouvoir faire la fin normale avec
Thank
ça.
you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Il va faire le même coup.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
Et j'ai le sentiment que cette fois-ci je pourrais pas la prévenir.
raises the blade.
Je sais pas pourquoi.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Je peux la prendre comme... Même.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
C'est dégueulasse.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Ah, ça change.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward.
Le dialogue est
and
très
pries the
similaire.
blade from your rigid hands.
Mais c'est pas la même, la madame.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Est-ce que chaque
Then
boucle
she
va être un peu
slits your
différente?
throat with an almost clinical ease.
Ça change de la fois d'avant
Her face
d'ailleurs, où juste elle nous
remains
poignarde.
unchanged as she watches you collapse to the
Infiniment.
ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope
Hey.
it was worth it.
On a le retour du Smithon. Prisonnière.
You're on a path in the
Ah, merde.
woods, and at
Putain,
the
un
end
nouveau...
of the path is a
nouvelle
cabin.
fin.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't... A warning. Before you... She will lie. Yes, don't believe a
Ah,
word
le
she
sceptique.
says. Just
Possible.
go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Ok. Du coup des trucs. Pourquoi en faisant la même action plusieurs fois, les résultats sont différents.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note
Je
is
finis ce pass-là, puis après j'essaye de refaire une nouvelle game et de la buter le plus vite possible. Genre, de préférence first try.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Non.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
M'en fous, pas demandé.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay, I'm trusting you.
Mais je veux pas.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Putain.
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Facts.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
C'est vrai que...
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Parce que là, si on coupe tout ce qui dépasse, va y avoir un problème.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? for you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
On peut même plus discuter avec nos multiples personnalités comme ça. Là. Quelle indignité.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Très envie de la mettre, juste pour le fun.
I hope
Si
I
c'est
don't
possible.
actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
J'ai très envie quand même.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain
Ah, bon, le
from
narrateur.
the far wall.
Le DM de JDR,
Princess
vraiment.
watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity.
Juste envie de crever parce que les joueurs font la voix.
Don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Ouais.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
C'est très con quand même.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
C'est un peu triste.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Oh, c'est pas si mal,
It's
hein.
horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Pas totalement faux.
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
C'est vrai que la chaîne, c'est quand même assez cocasse.
Yep.
Merci, madame.
No.
Ah oui, c'est... Ouf.
Nope.
Ah, c'était...
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
Discussion de fou, en tout cas.
This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes.
And you die.
Passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
Un
At
mort
least
pas.
the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
On peut l'atteindre là.
She's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything.
She's just standing
around
there,
it.
menacingly.
How exactly does that work?
It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
Il se passe un truc,
Let
un
me
moment.
guess.
Genre on crève.
The cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Donc on ne meurt pas de soif ou de faim tant qu'on est dans le...
I don't like small talk.
Tant qu'on est ici.
remember?
Still rude.
Connasse. Incroyable, ça. Incroyable d'être de mauvaise humeur comme ça tout le
Continue to
temps.
wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Bizarre ici.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid.
Je ne m'attendais pas à ce genre de fin à la base quand je partais là-dessus, moi.
Threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then... And...
I think he's gone.
Oh non.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin.
C'est la fin du cycle.
Nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Chier.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Ah oui. Eh ouais, c'est moi. Et je suis dégueulasse. Non mais du coup, il faut que je sache qu'est-ce qui se passe si je le refais encore une fois, il va me forcer sur une autre fin ou je peux juste plus le faire. Je suis obligé. Désolé mais je suis obligé. Il faut que je sache. Un attaque. Ah, je suis entré sans la... Personne qui a des trucs.
How many times do I have to...
Ah si.
only making this more difficult.
C'est la même que la première fois. C'est uniquement si on prend... Du coup, si on prend l'épée, est-ce qu'on porte différemment uniquement? Possible. Ouais. Oui, je sais, bonjour.
No.
Bonjour. Ok. Ouais. C'est là qu'on est bloqué. Ah, ça me fait clic molette, ça enlève les... D'accord.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now. A betrayal of Will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you.
Y'a pas d'autre fin où elle crève pas.
She
Et
stares
nous non plus.
down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric.
Tac. On va juste essayer... Bah de la tuer en fait. On va juste courir. Prends la lame. On entre.
Good.
Continue.
You're still listening to Reese. You step forward. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
En soi, j'ai déjà fait cette fin.
Why do I feel
Techniquement.
like we've done? You open the cabin door.
Bah oui.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind.
Ah, oui.
This is what's best for everyone.
Ouais, j'ai déjà fait ça.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
Si j'avais déjà fait cette fin, mais pas la première boucle.
Though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Une belle fin. Voilà. C'est vrai que j'avais vu ça, mais j'avais pas vu parce que, mais j'avais pas pu parce que j'avais déjà commencé le reste. J'avais déjà commencé les boucles. Voilà, bonne fin, bien joué. Le jeu est facile. Fallait juste courir. Et voilà. Un peu plus on a acclamé et tout. Incroyable. J'adore finir un jeu comme ça, c'est tellement gratifiant. C'est vraiment... quel sentiment incroyable. Yes. Les seules chansons qu'on a vues, hein, du coup. Il y en avait un peu plus, hein, étrangement, dans l'autre. Le jeu est simple. Le problème, c'est que c'est beaucoup trop facile, en fait. Fallait juste courir. Et voilà. Combien de temps de live, ça? 1h30? Oh, c'est pas mal. Allez. Je vais m'arrêter là, du coup. Merveilleux. Jeu de fou. Si je me chauffe, peut-être que je streamerai autre chose plus tard. Et oui, c'est ça la beauté de la vie. Et du monde. Oh. Donc, bonne soirée. Je reviendrai peut-être plus tard, pas sûr, on verra. Et au revoir.